Hey guys, it's Hand of Justice, and we're back here for some more Standard. So I made another update here to the Boros Convoke deck, and I ended up rebuilding it again. Partially because I just found that there wasn't quite enough lifelink to get things going the way I wanted them to. So I ran a couple games here today on my laptop with this updated version, and really have been liking the results. Unfortunately, games on my laptop don't track with the data with untapped.gg, so you won't see it in the data for this deck. But it did do very well. I think it went like 6-0 over, again, just a couple games, but very, very happy with it. It does not run removal, so kind of the whole plan here of the deck is to just go bigger, go wider, go above them. And the changes that I made here, I ended up removing Anim Bakal. Anim Bakal is a great card. However, when we're looking at surviving against mono red, Adeline really is the premier card. And just that 4 toughness and vigilance is so valuable. So yeah, I ended up cutting the Anim Bakals, went up to a full play set of Adeline. Kept Imidane's Recruiter at 3. Again, really love this card, but I feel like we can maybe get away with 3 since we're able to search for them with Knight Errant of Eos. And you kind of need 1 to finish the game. More than 1 is always good, but this is where it's at for now. We still have the full playset of Knight Errant of Eos, which I think is mandatory, as it just finds everything in our deck. And then I put in 3 copies of Steel Seraph. So this, I think, is really nice because it helps so much against the mono red matchup. Also, the fact that it can give vigilance to our creatures is really good against Wandering Emperor in the control matchups. So hoping this will be a great card. In the games that I played today on my laptop, it did fantastic work. So yeah, we'll have a look. And then in the 2-drop slot, we still have 4 copies of Regal Bunnicorn, 4 copies of Resolute Reinforcements, and then I went up to a full play set here of Charming Scoundrel. Just again because this works so well to power out Knight Errant of Eos. And I also found that it's really nice to give a Wicked Roll token to our Ruin Lurker Bat, which has lifelink. So it's kind of actually a pretty nice card against mono red as well. Then we've got 2 copies of NT Seneschal of the Sun. Again, we can use this to power up our Ruin Lurker Bat for extra lifelink if we're looking at it just from a standpoint of surviving mono red. It's great to also give trample to Regal Bunnicorns, which can be like, I had a couple games today where they were like 10-10s or 12-12s. Just absurdly large stats on these, or to our Adelines. And then we've got, I upped it to 11 1-drops just to really kind of increase that chance of having 1 in our opening hand. 4 copies of Lunarch Veteran, again, to help survive mono red and give us lots of life. 4 copies of Ruin Lurker Bat for additional lifelink and just survivability against mono red. And then 3 copies of Ward of the Inner Sky. This card, again, is just so powerful, and with 2 copies that I had in the previous version, I just really wanted to be able to see 1, hopefully 1 a game. So with 3 copies, I'm hoping that gives us a little bit more ability to see 1. We're still looking at 21 lands, and then I ended up, I think mostly the lands are pretty close to what it was. I do have 3 copies of Sundown Pass, partially because I wanted to shave some of the just creature-specific cards. I think I took out like the 1 Courtyard. So now we've got 4 Cavern of Souls and then 3 Sundown Pass. So we still have access to 16 red sources and then 20 white sources over our lands, with 21 total lands. But yeah, with a Cavern of Souls, we do still have a couple creatures here that are not humans. So, the plan will be to name human, but if we have to, we could name like bat or rabbit or angel. So I'm hoping that with 16 red sources and 20 white sources, the mana will work, given the Cavern of Souls. I think there's still enough benefit there. I've noticed that there are definitely some counter spells running around, in opposing decks. They're starting to come a little bit more over the last couple days, couple weeks. So having the Cavern of Souls really is pretty valuable. And also the versatility and being able to name different creature types if we already have like a plains or, you know, a source of red, etc. All that said, let's go ahead and jump into some games. And if you're new here, thank you so much for finding my channel. I hope you like it. If you do like my content, please consider subscribing. It really does help the channel. And for my returning viewers, thanks again so much for being here and your support. It really means the world to me. Thanks so much, guys. I had a really fun game earlier today against Esper Midrange, and it just went back and forth, and I had like 3 12-12 Bunnicorns, and they had like an obscenely large Rafine, and just, oh, it was great. Ended up sneaking out the win, but it was a really fun back and forth game. Oh, also, we are 1 win away from Mythic, so hopefully we can get the win. But yeah, we're rank 1 with 1 win to go. This hand looks great. Let's go ahead and keep. Okay, and then I want to name human. I think, yeah, let's lead with veteran. Getting bat out is great too, but I think we want veteran here because we do want to name human, and then we can kind of put off the Thran portal a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead and attack first, and then we'll drop our 1-drops here. So here, I think I am going to run the Thran portal out, just so we have it untapped in case we need 4 mana next turn. Also, we're at 22, so I'm not worried so much about the life. This is, I wonder if this is like the poison deck, like the poison sort of combo deck that draws a bunch of cards and has like the Drake, whatever thing. I guess we'll find out. Otherwise, I suppose it could be Domain if they just have like a very weird draw. Okay, so since we have the other Adeline, I think we can use the mana here and just play out Bunnicorn plus Adeline, and I think that's fine. And then I think we just shove also. I mean, if they kill our bat or veteran or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Larcenist number 2 is trouble. Seraph is definitely a nice pickup. I guess we don't really care about Vigilance, so we can just give lifelink to our Adeline. And still attacking with everyone here because they're getting low on life, and if they kill our veterans, we don't really care. Yeah, so they give 1 protection. We still push some damage. It seems like a different deck though than the poison combo deck. Just kind of like blue-green good stuff maybe. They could have like another safekeeping. I'm not sure what else they have here. They might have like the 2/1 flyer at instant speed. But either way, we're happy to trade here to try to get this back. I guess, yeah, we don't really care about Vigilance. I guess we'll just do lifelink here. And again, happy to lose a guy here just to push him damage. We could play it as the full 5/4 version. We do give up our Bunnicorn by doing that, but I think it is, like, they're getting low enough that it's probably worth just going for it. The other consideration here, though, is that they could have, I guess, like, make disappear. So maybe it's better to run it as a 3/3. I guess if they have, like, if they have make disappear and we run it as a 3/3, we have lethal if they don't play anything next turn. But, yeah, I guess there's a decent chance they have counter magic, but we haven't seen any yet. I think let's play it here as a 3/3, just to play around the make disappear. Not sure if this is right, but with all their mana open, I kind of want to be a little careful. Okay, so this is the Wurmlet deck. So if we send with everything here, they have forced blocks here because we're pushing 2, dropping them to 2. It's still worth it because we can play out the lurker. Yeah, so I think we just full send. And that should hopefully do it. I guess they can gain 3 life here. So they're not totally done. They can still stall for a turn or 2. Okay, so if we full send again, they're taking 4 in the air. They can go to 5. And then they've got 3 blockers on the ground, so we can't push. But we can make this thing fly, so then that's just it. So yeah, that works. I guess if they get like the Discover, yeah, they would need like another flyer off the Discover. All right, there it is, Mythic. And we did kind of wait a little bit late in the season to hit Mythic, so I'm curious where we sit. 96%, yeah. But yeah, really liking the changes here for the deck. It's been fun. Okay, opening hand looks great. Yeah, I guess we'll hope to like draw into another land next turn and then just lead out here with human. Looks like we could be up against like the Picnic Ruiner deck. Or Temur, interesting. Well, unfortunately the land is another Sundown Pass, but we can still play out Warden. Interesting. They've got Haughty Djinn. Wow. Okay. I have not seen this version of this deck. Okay, so now we can go for Knight Errant, like bat into Knight Errant or just Adeline. I think this is a pretty good Adeline turn to get this thing down. Man, Knight Errant is fun too, though. I never really know, like, sort of which direction to go, but I feel like Adeline is just amazing. So I think let's just do that. And the next turn we can like attack with like just Adeline and play Runelurker Bat and then like Knight Errant for 5, which feels pretty good. Yeah, so I guess let's play Bat first. And we could possibly hit like another Knight Errant, so we want to maybe do the full 5. If we just go for 4, we'd have like more damage off the Adeline, is the one consideration. But I think we go for the full 5. Yeah, we can pick up another Knight Errant plus Inti, which feels really good. Now we can use Inti on Adeline. I guess we could have held the Cavernous Souls to sack to, I forgot about Inti, to discard to Inti. We can also discard the Adeline though. But yeah, maybe we should have held that for Inti. Do we want to Knight Errant pre-combat? I don't think so. I think we just push with everything here. I guess they could kill Inti, but I think if they do that, they're taking so much damage, it's fine. So now we might want to keep the Adeline to replay it here. So let's see, if they let the Knight Errant through and they block like Warden plus Inti, we're still pushing 4, 7, 8. So yeah, I think maybe the play here is to pump up the Warden so that they don't have like super good blocks. It seems crazy to do Knight Errant, but maybe it's right to do Knight Errant, so then we can play Adeline. Yeah, I think this might be right. So we already played land, so now we can drop Adeline. Do we want another Adeline? I mean, it's not bad to have a backup. They could definitely get rid of this one. I think we're okay leaving it there. That's gonna do it. But yeah, I think that the extra like 3 sources of life gain were really necessary against like the mono red matchups. We haven't seen one here yet, but having the steel Seraphs in addition to all of our 8/1 drops that gain life, I think is really the answer. And this hand looks great. We'll try to hold off on the Thran portal for a little while here. But yeah, I think that Inti is so great in this deck just because we have all the Bunnicorns, we have the Adelines, really tall creatures, and just giving trample just seems great. Yeah, now we've got Knight Errant and Vios. You could go for Bunnicorn here to try to like set up a big Bunnicorn. But I think just getting the benefit of the scry off the Resolute Reinforcements right now makes the most sense. This also plays well into like Knight Errant next turn. And Inti is a great pickup. Okay, I guess that's enough. Okay, so 3-0 here today. Let's take a look at the stats of the deck. Again, I don't have all my wins that I had this afternoon on my laptop, but it is doing really well. I think it did go 6-0 while I was playing it earlier today, so it's been doing great. And then this is going to be sort of mixed in with the previous 3-1 record that the previous version of Boros had. So let's take a look. Okay, so I think the data is lagging just a little bit here. I think it didn't count the most recent win, but it is currently 5-1, so 83% win rate. When this updates, I believe it'll show 6-1. But yeah, very happy with the deck right now. We're going to keep making some more videos here. I feel like this is closer to what I really wanted for Boros. Kind of like a mix between Boros Humans and Boros Convoke in sort of a non-traditional sense, where we've got some creatures that are not humans but are very much helpful against the mono-red matchup, which hopefully we'll be able to show you here soon. But yeah, the Ruin Lurker Bat, Lunarch Veteran, and Steel Seraph hopefully will form the trinity to keep mono red at bay. And then we still have the speed there of Imidane's Recruiter to push through the wins against control. And then just also some extra haste here on like the Charming Scoundrel. And Inti to be able to like get that trample on the super tall creatures just to push for the win. But we'll see you for the next video, and have a great rest of your day, guys.